But you do have to be aware that there is a catch here. You have to know.
Hey, welcome back to Let's Talk Forex. We hope you've had a really good summer or winter if you're like me in the Southern Hemisphere. And we're back and ready to talk about our favorite topic. And that is Forex trading, of course. Welcome back, Chris.
Yeah, thanks, Alison. I mean, we were back a couple of weeks ago, weren't we? We did a quick live stream.
Yes, we did.
Kind of back. But yeah, it's definitely still very much summer up here.
Yeah.
Back in my Hawaiian shirt. And and enjoying the heat in Portugal. It's been a warm one. It's been a warm one in Europe this year. I don't know if the news has made it down to the south, but it's been unusually warm, even for Southern Europe. But yeah, we're back. We're ready to talk about Forex.
Yes. Well, actually, it's been lemon freezing here. Been down in the single digits, which is quite unusual. So
that is unusual for you, isn't it? That is really cold.
Took some of your cold and you took some of our heat.
Yeah, well, you can have it back. It's been a warm one. But yeah, today we're going to start off this new series with a topic that's shaping trading at the moment. It's changing everything, I think, changing a lot of things, and that's AI. A lot of the world has been turned upside down by it, and I think Forex trading is no different.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess AI is no longer just a buzzword for, those in the tech startup space or sci-fi movies anymore. We're all exposed to it. We all rely on it. And now it's also transforming the way traders operate. And from retail traders all the way up to, of course, the institutions, I'm sure, are heavily using AI.
Yeah. So today's question is AI the future of Forex trading? So we're going to break down what it can do, what it can't do, and more importantly, how you can start using it right now to improve your own trading.
So I guess a big question is, what is the role of AI in today's landscape? And I want to just step back for a moment. The sheer volume of data in the financial markets is pretty overwhelming. You're looking at price movements, volume spikes, macroeconomic releases, social sentiments, and then, of course, Trump's movements, which is a sector all on its own.
It is.
And it changes minute by minute. And it's quite difficult, to keep a tab on everything that's happening.
Yeah, exactly. And for most of us, there's no way we can keep tabs on it. There's no way we can process it all in real time. Historically, and this is what big banks do, they have a team of analysts to keep up. And they spend their whole days crunching numbers in Excel or whatever whatever spreadsheet they're using, just to keep on top of it all.
Yeah, but as we were saying now with ChatGPT and Gemini, you can upload market data and then you can really get instant feedback. It's something I do fairly often. You can analyze patterns, you can calculate probabilities, and you can even test your trading hypothesis. And you can use plain language. It's actually very user-friendly.
Yeah, no, I think right there you hit the nail on the head there, using plain language, because previously you could do a lot of this similar things in terms of statistical analysis, but with coding. And the great thing about ChatGPT and Gemini, etc., is that you can just talk in plain English. It's kind of like hiring a research assistant who just never sleeps and can explain really complex statistics in very simple terms. It's incredible. And that kind of support isn't just going to save you time, it's going to unlock insights for you. And, but you do have to be aware that there is a catch here. You have to know the right questions to ask.
And I guess that segues quite nicely into how traders are using AI at the moment. So I want to dive into how it looks in practice. So one powerful example is framing your trading day. And I really use AI quite a lot in this respect. So say you're looking at the Euro USD, you can basically upload the last 60 days of daily candles and you can ask AI, what is the most common daily range? And it's very powerful.
It is, and this is where it really stands out, because instead of just giving you an average, which can be skewed to outlier moves, it can calculate the mode, which is the most frequently occurring range. And this gives you a much clearer expectation of what normal looks like.
And you got to think about what this actually does to your decision-making process. So if you see price shoots up very early in the session, but the move is already near the typical daily range, you might decide not to chase it. And without AI, it's quite difficult to know that. You might think that you're seeing a breakout happening, but having that, just that trade assistant telling you that, we're ready sort of at the end of the daily range might sort of get you into a mode of really thinking about your trade and then preventing that FOMO. And also it could actually help your discipline in this respect as well.
Of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. It'll help you discipline with it. When you have this kind of the statistical knowledge, statistical analysis backing up any kind of trading move you make. And another case of use for AI is analyzing session behaviors. So let's say you trade the London breakout strategy. AI can help you validate whether volatility really increases after the London Open, or is that just your perception? And this is so true with, human beings. The human mind is flawed, and we perceive patterns where there aren't any. And this is where AI can really help. So you can say, is the GBP USD typically more volatile between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. London time? And then you can have that backed up with real data.
Exactly. We are so prone to confirmation bias, and AI is not. So as you say, you have to know what you're asking, and you have to be very careful in the way you ask it, because you don't want it to back up your confirmation bias either.
And it will do that. It will do that.
But what we also find is that what used to take hours of manual testing, with AI, of course, you can do it in minutes. And if you're a price action trader, you could ask AI, what's the average pullback size after a bullish engulfing candle on the USD JPY during the New York session? Quite a complex question. And it's no longer just a gut feel. You'll have real data to support your setups and your hypothesis.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. It's really fantastic for that kind of stuff. But let's talk about one of the most underrated uses of AI, which is journaling. And it's something that comes up quite frequently, Alison, that we talk about. And I think it's underrated in general in the Forex trading community. But with AI, it takes a lot of the pain out of the process. You can literally just speak into your phone and say, I just took a losing long on the AUD USD. I felt like I jumped in too early. And then if you do that regularly, AI can help you identify patterns in your trading behavior over time.
Exactly. And you can even ask questions like, based on my last 20 trades, what emotional mistakes am I making? Or what setups tend to lead to my worst drawdowns, for example. And AI will be able to analyze that. Because it's very interesting, but AI, obviously it pulls on a whole lot of, the data on your trades, but because it pulls data from so many other sources, it knows what to look for, and it knows what mistakes you're likely making.
And also the more you use it, it learns you. It learns how you operate. We've got our own AI assistant for us in our work, and it now knows my pattern, my syntax, and how I write, and how I'm feeling on a certain day. I mean, it's absolutely terrifying. Yeah, so AI won't just give you surface level answers as well. If you've uploaded your trading journal or trade history, it will sift through those entries and it'll tag emotional cues like revenge trading or overconfidence, and will help you find those blind spots that you might have missed.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like having a mentor that knows your behavior, as you say, better than you do. And it's not afraid to call you out on it. So it'll just tell you straight. Whereas you might have a trading assistant who might be quite scared to tell you where you might be going wrong. But
or friends, who just want to make you feel better when you've just lost a big trade or something, AI is not going to do that. Yeah, and it can drastically improve your self-awareness, which, as is half the battle in trading. And so AI is not just a tool for numbers, for statistical analysis. It's also a mirror that you can really use to understand your trading self better.
But on that note, we also want to just mention some pitfalls and misconceptions. As we know, AI is not perfect. It often makes mistakes, and it sometimes misreads your data or gives you the wrong interpretation. So the golden rule is always verify.
Yep. Absolutely. I mean, and sometimes just straight out lies, as we said. It likes to please you. So you need to think of AI as a research intern. It's going to do 80% of the grunt work, but you're going to have to review its work once it's complete, especially in trading where one miscalculation could mean a losing trade. But hopefully, if you're a decent trader and you understand Forex trading well enough already, you'll be able to spot these. when they come up. So it's not going to be something you're not going to have to sift through reams of data looking for a needle in a haystack. It should be fairly obvious when it's making mistakes.
Exactly. And of course, there's the risk of overfitting. So you might find a pattern like the AUD, NZD, or the Aussie and New Zealand dollar rallies 15 pips at exactly 3 p.m. every Tuesday. And it sounds interesting, and you think AI might have, found something that seems like a sure bet. But then it doesn't happen the next week, and you're left sort of, a bit confused as to what's happened and whether it's whether it's confused itself or not.
Yeah. Yeah, so context really matters here. Use AI to validate, not to dictate. If you're trading momentum, AI can help you find confirmation. If you trade reversals, it can show you when those setups tend to fail, but it should never replace your own market awareness.
Yeah. So why should you start using AI, even if it's not going to be, if you're obviously not going to completely rely on it, but I do think there is some value in using a little bit in your trading. And the reality is that traders are integrating AI into their trading, even at a basic level, and they're going to outperform those who aren't doing it. You don't want to get left behind. And this is not necessarily because AI is smarter but what you will find is that AI is faster. It can analyze huge amounts of data, and it can help you to create a more structured, disciplined sort of way of trading, and can help you really inform your decisions before you start getting lost in overfitting or finding setups that aren't actually there.
Yeah. Yeah. And new traders, people who are just starting now, kids, they're coming in with AI already as part of their setup, their toolkit from day one. They're not spending hours backtesting in Excel. They're just speaking into their phone and saying, was this a breakout or is that just noise? And they're getting a statistically grounded answer in seconds. So, if not necessarily going to compete with that, but if you're going to stay in the game, if you're going to be as good as that, then you need to use AI.
Yeah, and this doesn't mean, as I said, that you throw away your playbook. It just means that you enhance it. You layer your instincts with the data. Of course, you check that data, but you also layer your discipline with insight. And of course, one powerful way to use AI is to layer your setups with context. And I find AI is very good at doing that.
Yeah, it is. So you start with something small, like pull some data from TradingView, upload it to ChatGPT, ask simple questions like, what's the most common range after a London session breakout on the GBP USD? Or what percentage of the time does the Euro JPY tag for the previous day's low? Things like that. Just keep it simple.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing that once a day or in a month, you'll have a much more complete picture of your market than most traders do in a year.
And it's so useful for understanding the assets that you trade. You'll just build up very fast. You'll build up a really clear picture. So, we started off asking a question here, Alison, is AI the future of Forex trading? And I think we both agree on this. It's not just the future, it's already the present. And the traders who learn to use it well and are using it consistently, they're going to have an edge over the traders who don't.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, trading is about stacking probabilities in your favor. And if AI helps you to do that more accurately and more efficiently and more confidently, I guess it's a no-brainer. It really is something you do need to integrate into your trading.
Well, that's it for this week. If you've been experimenting with AI in your trading, then let us know in the comments. What's worked, what hasn't, what surprised you. Is there anything we missed here that you found particularly useful? We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe and leave a review, and we'll be back next week with another episode.
Speak to you then, Alison. Have a great week.
Cheers, Chris.